Miss Stacy London. Oh boy. And like, it's so great. It's so great. Like, okay, this gal means so much to so many of you out there, that I know, but well, first of all, to you personally, Natalie, you said the first fashion book you bought was a book.
I have it right over there. It was one of Stacy's books.
And I want to sign it, but it's also a reminder that I'm 20 years old.
But for me, you know, Stacy and I got to really experience an amazing time, the golden age of fashion, we call it, when, you know, the designers were the rock stars and people just couldn't get enough fashion information. And then, you know, and fashion on television was still a kind of a novel thing. And then all of a sudden, you know, things got watered down a bit. I think big business kind of might have sucked a lot of the artistry out of fashion to a certain degree.
I completely agree with you. And I also think that social media really changed the game, right? When we were in television and when we were in magazines, we knew what was happening 6 months before other people. You couldn't bring a camera into a Dior show. And now everybody sees the fashion at the same time. So we have a lot more people who have more personal styling skills than ever before because they're able to experiment as they see what's coming.
Yeah. Truly. I mean, the transparency, in a sense, maybe robbed the scene of a bit of its luster. Because, you know, we wanted those backstage passes, and we had them. But at any rate, styling for you as such a passion, and you do it so well, it's just like magical. You didn't really go to school for such a thing.
Well, you can't really go to school for styling. I mean, I guess maybe you could now, but I don't think that's how you learn how to style. One, you have to have a passion, I think, for clothing. You have to understand fit. Sometimes that's instinctual. Sometimes you learn it. And I started at Vogue magazine. Let me tell you, that was like boot camp for fashion. I learned about cut, color, style, texture. I learned about photography, about lighting. You learn so much, and I was an assistant for 5.5 years before I ever tried to style anything on my own. I worked with Irving Penn, Richard Avedon, Mario Sorrenti. I mean, you name it.
The greats. Wow.
And in the 90s, I mean, that was sort of the English invasion when Kate Moss came in. So it was a really interesting time to be in fashion. You're right. I mean, we were very lucky.
Yeah, it was an incredible time. What about how much fashion means to us in this day and age? Is it still as important to us as it once was?
So I have to tell you, in midlife, I had a really difficult perimenopausal experience, and I talk about it all the time. And it really made me, I call it, I went from a reckoning to a renaissance. And part of that for me was that I realized I couldn't wear the same clothes I wore at 25. And to think that I was going to hold on to that younger version of myself was stopping me from being the best version of myself now and in the future, who I'm becoming. So it's very important to me that we look at style as something that evolves for us over time. I didn't like Brussels sprouts as a kid, and I love them now. So when I think about clothes, I think about what looks relevant, what feels comfortable, and what makes you feel like you're in the know, but that you're acting your age, right? Not that there's an age limit on style, but style does change. And I don't want to wear the same things. I don't want to show as much skin. That's me personally. So I wanted to give women like us the opportunity to wear things that look fashionable, but also have a real ease to them.